Welcome to my Wednesday ramblings. This week is the third week of the message series that I've titled Preparing for Mission. We've heard how Jesus sent out the disciples first of all, then last week he sent out the 72. This week he encounters an individual. He's spoken about preaching the good news. Today a lawyer comes to disconcert him, asks him the question which is the greatest of the law, commandments. And so Jesus throws it back to him. What does the law say? And he gives them the passage from Deuteronomy and Leviticus that speaks about the great commandment of love, to love God, to love your neighbour. And then he asks Jesus the question, justifying himself, but who is my neighbour? Jesus then tells the story of the Good Samaritan. And we know the story of how the priest and the Levite went past, but the Samaritan stopped. The Samaritan took the broken man and ensured that he was given a place of rest, and promised that if any extra costs were incurred by the innkeeper, then he would ensure that he was fully recompensed. When Jesus asked the lawyer again who was the neighbour, the lawyer was so unable to say the name, or at least acknowledge the Samaritan, but simply said the one who helped him. I wonder how often, as we go through life and as we think about what our mission is, we think about the good things that we can do, the people we can help, but who really don't actually cause us to have any extra pain or any extra cost to our lives. As we heard in the gospel over these last 2 weeks, to be a disciple was going to cost. It wasn't something that was a simple kind of experience. It had to ask something of the person saying yes. The lawyer couldn't say yes. The lawyer couldn't acknowledge that the Samaritan was the one who really witnessed to what being a neighbour was. And so the challenge for us today is to ask ourselves, what are we doing, what am I doing that actually acknowledges that I am stepping out of my comfort zone in order to be a disciple? The call to be a missionary disciple is not the call to a life of comfort or ease. It is a call to be available to speak the good news to others, to speak to them and to give them the gift of God's love. I hope today that this little preamble to my homily this weekend will give you just a few thoughts. And if you have the opportunity to come back later and to listen to my homily on podcast or via YouTube later on Sunday, that you might just think of what Jesus is asking of you. How are you going to respond when you see the broken person on the road? And how will you react when it actually calls you to give up something of your own? Bit challenging, bit thought-provoking. I hope it helps you in your preparation for this weekend and to be a missionary disciple. God bless, and please take care.